What is up? Welcome and welcome back to Say More About That, where we're working together to end the stigma around mental health. I'm your content creator, Catherine, and this week's video is another behind the scenes. So I am in my car driving to work. I thought I would do a little bit of a clip maybe every day this week and just let you see what my work week looks like, or how to juggle family and work life. I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of going with it. Morning definitely came too quickly today. I didn't get up in time to watch the sun come up or have my coffee or anything. I am so running behind my normal schedule, but early enough that I am going to my favorite little coffee house on the way to work. Long line today. Here we go. I'll try and situate this better. Totally forgot this morning. Always good to have a deodorant stick in your car. Hi, morning. Can I get a large white mocha espresso, the hot one? Thank you. Love me some white mocha. All the girls in there are dressed so cute. Some thank you, you too. I love my beans. All right, off to work. I am like super excited. Well, I've had just the crappiest Monday ever. My HP laptop, which I do all of my work on, has been just randomly shutting off, and I have to like hard reset it to get it to do anything. So I took it into the tech guy and he thought that it was just an update for Windows, and so we forced the update and everything looks fine, and it's still dying on me. But this computer is like 7 years old, so I decided that before it completely crashes, I'm just gonna go buy a new computer. So I did that and I got a MacBook, guys. So I'm so excited because I've never had one before. I used to use them years ago, but it's been a while. But I love using iMovie on my phone. I have an iPhone, I have iPads, iPods, all that. I don't know why I haven't switched over to a MacBook before, but I got the MacBook Air just because it was more affordable, and this is a random expense that I just had to do. But now I can't get it to go past this stupid screen, so I'm just gonna have to do some research and figure it out. But that's just one of the things when you work in telehealth or mental health in general, when you work in a practice that's not like a hospital setting, but just a private practice or a group practice, you have to provide your own computer. And so I can't not have a computer, and it's my responsibility, so I went and got one. So I'm super excited to try it out, and I kind of like that I get to pick my own, and even though I have to pay for it, because I really wanted to try something new, and I wanted to try this MacBook because of Say More About That and the video. And so it's just gonna be nice to have it all seamless and all working together if I can ever get it there. Follow along and we'll see how it goes. When I work in my office, there's certain days of the week that people just tend to no call, no show. So I have been back in the office for a few weeks now. I still am doing telehealth from home. I'm still doing telehealth from the office, but now we're back to doing live sessions in the office. But what's also happened is my Wednesdays have went back to being full of no call, no shows. I had 2 yesterday, 3 already today. Kind of a bummer. I guess that's just the way it goes. Normally I see about 30 people a week in the middle of the school year. And I spend 2 days a week here in my office in town, which is good because then it gives me a variety and I'm not just seeing kiddos all day, which, don't get me wrong, I like kids and I love working at a K-12 school because I get anywhere from 5-6-year-old to 17-18 years old and everything in between, and all the developmental stages, and kids having issues with home life and they can come and talk about it at school, and I love that. But I also love being able to work in my office here and have some adult clients. I do therapy on campus at a school in a rural area. It's very interesting because I don't just have like an office. The room I normally work in is this little tiny hole in the wall closet with a table and some stuff in it. Staff usually have like microwave and a fridge that they put their lunches in and whatnot. And so it's kind of a balance between being able to do therapy and sometimes being in the way of people. But I think it's really great to have on-campus mental health services for students. A lot of these kiddos, like, they live so far from a big city that they would never be able to come on a regular basis, to drive over an hour to come and see me, to then have an hour session and then drive an hour back. Since COVID hit and school campuses closed, we haven't been able to meet. So a lot of my kiddos from school either did telehealth or just stopped coming. And so that's been really sad to know some of the kiddos that I really like seeing and have been working with all year long then ended up not being able to come because either they didn't have an internet connection or it just wasn't going to work out to do telehealth. As of July, I have been able to get back into the school. So this is a very small community and the school is actually attached to the local public library. Officially, I do services at the public library. As you can see behind me, I am now in this big, huge room, a community room that different organizations, you can rent out the space. Right now, it's kind of filled with book return and all the seating that was originally in the library, because with COVID now, you have to remove seating so that way people don't linger. The library is open. People have to wear masks and come in, and they can check out a book, and they can't be in the building for more than 30 minutes. They only allow 10 people in the building at a time. So luckily here, I have a chair here by the front door, and then I sit a good 6 feet away. That's where my client would sit. I have about 5 kiddos that I'm gonna see today, and so I better get ready. So another thing I wanna talk about is confidentiality, right? It is so important in this field to be confidential with your clients' information. One of the laws that is really interesting to try and work with is client protected health information has to be double locked. So you have to have 2 kinds of locks to protect any kind of documents. Normally at the office, that would include the door to my office and the file cabinet that I have all of my stuff in. However, when I am working at the school or when I take things home to work on, you still have to keep them double locked. A person is considered a lock. Then I also need to be in a room. And then when I travel, my car is considered a lock. However, you can't just leave a bag full of client files in your car. Like, that's unethical and not appropriate. I take them into my house with me, and I do work from home sometimes. Obviously, I've been doing telehealth from home, but even so, I do paperwork from home, even when I'm not doing that. So I just wanted to show you guys. Here is my bag that I use to carry things from work to home. I have gotten these little, they're luggage locks that I put onto just a regular bag, and so it is clipped through here. As you can see, the metal lock and this leather piece, they go through there, so the zipper, and then I can wrap them around these handles, and then they each have a 3-digit code, and for each lock that I have, the code is different. I'm good to go. Hey guys, so I just got off work. I'm driving home. As a mental health professional, you sometimes have to work when everybody else isn't working. That means late nights and being the last one. Probably the least favorite part of my job. Where I live right now, it's summertime. It stays light out till like 9 or 9:30. I totally love the outdoors, so I am all about going for a walk or a bike ride or even going down to the river. I love summer, but also where I live, winter time gets dark, like black dark out. At like 5 o'clock, my kids will get home from school and we'll have dinner. It'll already be so dark out. So right now, I'm just grateful for the long hours of the day, the late sunshine, the early evening sunshine. I just love it. What else do I want to say about work today? Today was a pretty good day. 3 clients this morning. My 4th one didn't show up. I don't know. She's a teenager, so who knows if that's why. Or because it's Wednesday and that's what happens to me on Wednesdays. I had 3 of my 4 clients, which were some of my favorite clients, actually. I don't know if we're supposed to say that or tell people, but I definitely have clients that I enjoy working with way more than others. I had a training this afternoon, kind of like a side job, I guess you'd say, one of my side hustles, doing disaster relief work in my region of the country. We had some severe flooding last year. Before our grant was even up, we ended up having COVID hit. The area of the country I live in got declared a disaster. Now we have a whole new grant. We do outreach, crisis counseling. Sorry, I'm driving and recording. I don't know, is that? Probably shouldn't be doing that, distracted. It was so hard to sit there for 4 hours and do this training online. But then after that, I ended my day with my last client, who I just love her. She's great. She works so hard. So it was actually a pretty good day. Tomorrow's Thursday. My Thursdays I do telehealth in the morning from home, and then I have supervision over my lunch hour. So I get to do that from home. So at least tomorrow when I'm doing it, I can still hang out with my son. He's 4. Well, I have 3 sons. I don't know. Do you guys care about that? Do you want to know? I got 3 little boys. Well, not little. My oldest is going to be 13. My gosh, you guys. Today, my son is 13. My baby is not a baby anymore. One thing about being a mental health provider that is not often talked about is that we are humans, you guys. We are people too. I know that we are here to serve and help others, but we have our own lives, our own experiences. There are mental health providers who have their own mental health issues. And I think there's a big misconception in the media and just in general knowledge of people about what therapists do and what it's like to be in therapy and who are these people sitting across from me in the room. This person who you have no idea who they are or anything about them. You need to have a good relationship with your mental health provider. I would advocate find someone you feel comfortable with. I feel like that's one reason why I want to make these behind the scenes type videos, is to kind of give people an idea that the people that you go to for help are human beings. We care about people simply for the fact that you are another human